What's going on, y'all? We're doing a robot shoot. Because this game is sick, and I love it. At least for a little while. That's a fancy little badge. Maybe I should do one of the sub badges as like a big cat, just randomly, at some point. We're tracking this thing down. I was thinking about how I probably want to look for this thing when I'm done with the dual revolvers. Maybe see how that bullshit works. Yes, I'm not melting today, thankfully. Although, it did take like a whole extra day for them to come by and fix it. I'm not sure why it was held up for so long. But yeah. Thankfully, I'm not being fried anymore. Oh, where do I want to go? Willy Billy's questline. I've done... We need to go back here. How do a dog melt? Oh, you missed the last stream, Axel. Last time I played, I was being boiled alive into a kind of a hot dog, a kind of texture. It got to like 90 degrees in Texas, and my AC went out. So I was basically living off of like box fans surrounding me and creating a wind tunnel. Yeah, not a great day for the AC to go out. Okay, so... Hello, you. I think I do have to actually turn in the bells after I do the quest. Turns out. Because I think the bell quest thing is supposed to unlock a, oh god. A Joker card for my guns or something? Oh, shit. What's up, Goo? The Bell quest was supposed to unlock a Joker card for my guns, and it did not do that for me, so I think I fucked it. Damn. Okay, strikes might be worse than fireball just because I can't blow up golden ore things. The efficiency is ruined. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, whoa, Jesus, where did that come from? Oh, back here. Scary hard mode flying skeleton people. I kind of dig the combo that I have going right now. It works pretty good. Okay. Let's see if this guy actually has anything to say to me. No. Damn. Okay, I have to, like, remember where all of the pieces are. I think up there. Too bad there's one of the searchlight things guarding it. Come on. Man. Is this one of the side objectives I have? Where am I? Oh, there I am. That's the main objective. Okay. Oh, it's the projector one. That one's a little silly. Okay. I think I've tried doing that before and got the same result. Oh my goodness. Go away, snake. Oh my god. I cannot grab anything that's over here. Leave me alone. What's up, Gout? Get me out of this. Ouch. Do I have the... What is it? Second Life? Joker? I don't think I do. I think I might just be screwed if I die. Oh, hold on. Why would you just suddenly accuse me of jacking it? That's libel and slander. I don't have any jokers. I thought I had some equipped. Maybe the ones that I equip on my character and bring into the map don't show here? I forget. Just to be safe, let's find a little drink. There we go. I assume I have it. I don't know. We'll find out if I die suddenly. Give me gold. Oh, whatever. Okay, gotta do this garbage all over again. Whoops. There we go. This game is a little bit Risk-A-Brain-like. To me, it's very much like a roguelike Serious Sam style game, which is kind of why I super vibe with it. For which this game got harder over time. I could see that. Kind of to stop people from just like dicking around forever. Although I do kind of get why it's like just one consistent difficulty. Because it kind of does like the Helldivers, like, choose your difficulty and choose your location. And that'll be it. But they could probably add something that adds a little bit of like a scaling difficulty. Because I think even Helldivers does like ramp up a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and do this while we're here. Yeah, it's very strong Serious Sam vibes. Bottles tire. The hell? What did I do? Chili oil bottle. It would be kind of cool if they leaned into the Serious Sam influence and, like, maybe went for making more linear style maps. Fuck up a bottle of chili oil. Oh my goodness. On its own? Tire, bottle, chili oil. Bottle chili oil. I've kind of been on that recently because I've been doing either ramen or like fried rice at home. Like those are kind of just my go-to, like quick just to make some shit for dinner. And if you got, like, chili oil and sriracha sauce and stuff, like, I wouldn't mind just eating that every day. The hell? They get stuck? Factory needs additional items, so what do you need? Bottle, boot. Can I throw it? No. It wouldn't be so kind. I had forgotten how genuinely amazing sriracha is. When I was a teen, I got like super addicted to sriracha and just put it on everything, and then I kinda like outgrew that, I guess. But then I started making ramen and stuff for myself at home. And relearned just how amazing it is. And now I kind of just have to have a bottle for like anything that I want to put it on. Damn it, you need more items. I used to put mayo on my pizza. But look, I'm not gonna be the kind of person that's like... Oh god, what was the sequence? I forgot. Boot chili. Okay, I can do that. I'm not gonna be like, whatever you put on pizza is like sacrilegious or whatever, like, you have to be a Puritan. Oh god, I actually forgot what the sequence was again. I think it was boot chili. We'll try that, see what happens. Yeah, sick. I could see putting a mayo on pizza, but with the caveat that you mix the mayo with like hot sauce first. That's how I would do it. Oh, there we go. Give me that. That's exactly what I want. Mythic. I think when I was playing the other day, I've been shooting this gun with, like, way less fire rate than it actually has. I think I just assumed it was a really slow gun. Pick up Guess Bum. I'll just eat a hot sauce packet from Taco Bell, like on its own. I think I used to do that. That kind of brought back like a little bit of a core memory from when I was like way little. Because I would just take the hot sauce packets, because we would hoard them and just keep them in a drawer. And if I was hungry, I would just like rip open the packet and just like eat that on its own for no reason. Like, yeah, this will satisfy me. Just have some sauce. So I get it. Oh my god. Don't charge. I have packs on my desk right now. Okay, that... I was gonna say that's a problem, but I probably can't judge. I frequently just have bullshit on my desk. Where's my pickaxe? Where did I throw you? Oh, there it is. Eating hot sauce packets just to feel something. I was never super into, like, the craze of chasing the hottest hot sauce. Whenever that was a thing. But I did dive into that occasionally, just to, like, see what I could handle. There are two specific instances that I can remember. One time was, like, we had a family friend who came over, and he had recently just made, I think, like, habanero salsa, or, like, ghost pepper chili salsa or something. And was like, hey, we should try this with, like, some chips or something. And I was like, I like hot stuff. I'll try it. I basically ended up, like, in the bathroom just dry heaving, trying to get it out of my body. It was a genuinely horrifying experience. I also don't think you can really build a tolerance to that kind of thing. It's just like, how well can you tank it, I guess? Because it never really becomes less hot. Spicy food you regret 3 times. Yeah, I had 2 specific instances with really spicy food that I just, like, gave up afterwards. The second time that I remember is we were doing, like, a D&D game night with some random people. Just, like, kind of doing, like a prep night to see how it goes and kind of gauge interest. And for snacks, for some reason I decided that it would be fun to get, like, these, like, Reaper, I want to say Doritos, but they were kind of like a different brand. But, like, Reaper pepper Dorito kind of things. As well as just, like, regular chips and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna see just how hot these are. And they were basically inedible. Like, you would have one, and then your tongue would go numb and, like, make you nauseous. And so we all tried some, and then we were just like, this was a horrible idea. Never buy these again. We also never ended up playing again afterwards for unrelated reasons. But it was kind of just like a clusterfuck of many things that could go wrong. Chips that kill you instantly, kind of, pretty much. Carolina Reaper was never made to be enjoyable. I bought into the hype. I was like, oh, surely it couldn't be, like, inedible. it would at least be, like, kinda fun to eat, right? But no, the way companies were just, like, putting that shit into random foods and being like, it's a challenge, or, like, some shit like that. That's just irresponsible. Oh, awful. Awful throw. Awful throw. Start the run over. Introducing Carolina Reaper milk. Now we're cooking. Holy shit. Have we done that yet? Just... forget hot sauce. How about dousing something in Carolina Reaper milk? Surely someone would be crazy enough to try it. Probably me. Milk that makes you die. How many of you actually enjoy milk alternatives? Like, you actively seek out using, like, almond milk or whatever instead of regular milk. I'll say I actually kind of like soy milk, but I think that's because I grew up on my grandparents, like, buying vanilla soy milk for us as an alternative. I'm not really sure why. I guess it was just, like, healthier. I don't think I've actually tried almond milk, but I think that would be good. I will say probably the most horrible milk alternative that I've tried is macadamia nut milk. Yeah, I'm a soy doggy. Revoking my chud status. Macadamia nut milk just is dry and bitter. Not at all enjoyable. Mac milk. I would not recommend that at all. Dry milk. Yeah, the opposite of sweet. Dry. It was, probably the most unpleasant experience I had with any kind of milk. Besides spoiled milk. It comes pre-spoiled. Stop shooting that shit, man. That's just cheese. Hold on. You're right. They make dairy that's already spoiled. I love that shit. Man, I don't know what I would do if I suddenly became lactose intolerant one day. That's a horrifying sentence. What the fuck do you mean by that? No, I would not eat anything produced. Why, yeah. Is this like some... Is this like some forbidden knowledge that you're imparting to me via Twitch chat? No, I don't think I would eat that. So first of all, I think one of my biggest fears is small insects. And I would not want anything to do with what you're describing. It's making my stomach turn. God. No, if that was the only kind of cheese left in the world, I think it'd be okay. I think I could give up cheese. Chicken shot. You know what? I'll take chicken shot. Like, yeah, I'll take up vegan cheese if that's what it takes. I'll try it out. Yeah, at that point I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to call off this whole thing. I'll just starve, actually. I'll just give up. What the heck? What's this? There was a Twitter post I saw one time that kind of described milk in, like, the same way, and I was almost like, oh my god, I think I'm just gonna give up drinking milk. I won't, like, say what the post said, but it was along the lines of, like, being equally disgusting as maggot cheese. If my food squirms, I don't want it. It shouldn't be alive still. Yeah, occasionally whenever I'm eating, like, meat especially, I'll have the thought of, like, this was like a living thing before. And now it's like a product. Food should be dead. Usually. Where the hell's the bell over here? Bell's over yonder. I think I remember... Oh, I'm like way the hell off. I'm just kind of vibing. I need to go west. Avoid that thing. Oh, avoid that thing. Where did those come from? If you take a bite of an apple that's hanging off of the tree, is it still alive when you eat it? I don't like the idea of an apple being alive. What's up, Jerskin? Yeah, the tree wants you to eat the apples. It's like, the apple wouldn't be alive. That's like its seed? Means I have to eat the tree. Yes, you must eat the bark. And then the flesh of the tree. You can't say cum seed. It's not allowed. If you want to eat the thing alive, then yes, you have to take a bite out of the wood. Yeah, dig into the earth. The vegetables, I think, would be more alive than fruit. Yeah, the video of, like, the dogs that are tearing down dead trees by gnawing on it. I think it would be a lot more difficult for a dog to tear down A live tree? I hate how simulation theory would be like, no, because once you pick the apple, it instantly spawns a new instance of the apple object ID into your active inventory slot. So somehow you would need a persistent apple. I'm told that they could do this with crypto or whatever. Can you stop exploding me? Ow. You blocked my second wind. You asshole. Headbang. Weak point damage. Awesome. Yeah, NFT apples. I love how people were trying to sell the idea of NFTs as like this persistent thing that could be traded between different games. Like you could own an object in one game and just like transport it to a different game. Like that's how game development works. It's awesome. Oh, you need to go away. That's how Ready Player One was. Maybe NFT guys just like saw Ready Player One and then they were like, that's how every game works. Or ideally how every game should work. Man. I'm sad that AI bullshit didn't just like stop at that point. They had to just keep going with it. And now it's a massive bubble. A massive bubble that every company is pouring money into. Oh, sick. I was wondering if it was gonna just keep going. Can I grab this? Oh, I can! I think I didn't do that last time. Read earlier today that all the AI crap only generated like 600 billion despite costing closer to 1.5 trillion. Yeah, it's, I guess, just like the epitome of the finance economy where like every company just wants to invest all the time. And as long as you have like a good enough pitch, then you'll just have like infinite funding. And then all of these companies will just trade together. And that money isn't like really anything material, it's just the companies trading to each other forever. Without it actually providing any sort of like benefit to anyone. I'm entering the danger zone. There's not even an objective there. I think the bell I need is like over here. The hilarious part is that more and more studies are coming out, like, so AI makes no one more productive and AI costs more than people, actually. I think I read an article, or, like, saw, like, a little, like, paragraph from one that was, like... Oh, Jesus. I forget what company it was, but I think it was, like, a, one of those, like, gacha game companies. They were using AI to, like, I guess, increase worker productivity or something. And someone had set up a group chat of, like, multiple AIs talking to each other to, like, help with a project, and, like, used all of their company's credits from multiple AIs just, like, talking to each other and, like, getting each other to prompt each other. And so it was just, like, infinite money waste. So yeah, it increases worker productivity. Yeah, just an AI circle jerk. It's kind of fitting for most AI conversations, I think. Yeah, I don't really understand why most people don't just look at AI and think like, oh, this is snake oil. Because I've never once looked at, like, what AI is supposed to do and thought, oh, I need that. Like, most of it is just search functions. Anyways. Why would I need to... Why would I need that as, like, a product? It's not even good at searching stuff. No kidding. Why would I need it to, like, write emails for me? Why would I need it to, like, make a synopsis of a thing that I'm writing? Just creating the problem and then, like, making you pay for the solution? Ridiculous. Kids in school use it to cheat and then they don't even know how to read. Yeah, it's like... Now it's causing bigger issues because kids in school will just use AI to, like, basically carry them through school instead of doing any sort of work. Not a good situation for our society to be in. Go, Wispy. Nice job, Wispy. Oh, which way am I going? I need to go back that way. Put geyser on you so you stop bothering me. Oh, shit. There's a legendary card just underneath this spotlight thing that I want. Extra dash. Okay. Nice. Stop. Stop. Oh no. I have wandered into the danger zone. Get me out of here. Okay, sick. Wisp is really good at killing everything, I think. Good job, guy. Move speed when reloading. Yeah. I like having multiple stacks of move speed cards. Alright, Morse code thing. The only thing I'd like AI for is like local image sorting. Yeah, I guess like figure 2. The only thing I could really see AI being useful for is just like kind of like automated search function kind of things. Or like automated sorting for things. But like I don't want it to like be doing like that's 1. I don't want it to be like basically doing what I want to do myself. That's 4. Heard this as an example for AI use. I think it could be great. AI could be great for fitting gear onto character models. Look at Char in Guild Wars 2 or Hrothgar in Final Fantasy 14. With horrible clipping, AI could fix that. How would it do that? Wait, what was that? B5? There is weird AI 3D stuff now, but like AI is not good at it yet. From what I've seen, it's really weird. It makes like a kind of like a clusterfuck of a model that like sort of resembles what you want, but like doesn't function properly. Teachers were told to use and abuse AI while they can, so they give us unrealistic tasks like, hey, do a graphic of all the info in this 379-page long file for tomorrow. What is even the point of doing stuff like that? Like, just assigning a task that would be impossible unless you use AI in a way that, like, would be unrealistic. I guess it's kind of hard to fault the teachers because they're also being given all of this bullshit and being told, like, hey, find a purpose for this. And so then they have to scramble and be like, okay, well, like, what can you do with AI that, like, actually makes sense? And I don't know. I guess they're trying. I have to kind of be charitable to teachers somewhat. Unless they're, like, the ones pushing for AI to be used. They probably have some kind of, like, guidance from up above them that's like, we're being paid by this AI company to teach the kids how to use AI, so you better make some use out of it. Let's not touch that. Okay, the last bell that I need is like somewhere over here, I think. The fuck? Don't hit me. I forgot where it is. I think it's probably like up here. Oh my god. There it is. That's the one that I need. You stop that. Protect me, Wispy. Yeah, I think the thing with AI, like as we use the term now, is that it was kind of fun for a little while before it became this overblown, like, product that saturated the highest tiers of our economy. There we go. Okay, now I have to turn you in. Oh god. Like, before ChatGPT really took off, and, like, before, I don't know, Claude, and, like, all of the really prevalent ones now, it used to just be, like, kind of a funny tool that people would mess with, but not really take seriously. The issue that I have with a lot of it now is, like, how predominant all of it is, and, like, how it's being overused for everything. Oh shit. Yeah, like, people are trying to make it the next big thing. And it's like, I could see some uses for it. Like, there are some things, like, Vix is talking about, like, gathering trends and, like, trying to, like, I guess, like, analyze and, like, group some things together. Like, I guess it's not always bad if it's, like, trying to summarize something. But, like, forcing everything that you use to always have some kind of, like, AI summary is a little annoying, and I don't think is really necessary. Just the over-reliance on it is what really gets me. You found all the pieces. Please climb the torch and make it whole again. That's your voice. Alright, this is the part that I didn't do last time. There we go. Your hand is just a gun. Yeah, AI has to be used as a tool, but the thing is, like, every company who says that they want it to be a tool that you use is, like, marketing it as an everyday, or like an everyday life kind of tool that you use for every possible aspect of your, like, everyday function. Oh, interesting. Like, it can't be something that you use for everything, which is the problem. It's being marketed that way constantly. Okay. Oh my god, snake. Oh my god. Get you guys out of here. Go, my creature. Yo. Wisp is goated. Alright, we set up the bomb. I like that our shared hatred of AI usage is what gets chat to be active today. I'm enjoying it. we'll get like an AI summary for the YouTube VOD that's like discussing the disagreement with how AI is marketed. Oh, you probably won't know this unless you also have a YouTube channel or like do YouTube content, but YouTube has a feature for replying to YouTube comments that's like a one button press response that will show up under like every single YouTube comment that I get. So like if I wanted to, I could just look at a comment that you leave on YouTube and like reply to it with some like random bullshit response that YouTube's AI has come up with for me. And it does the typical AI like positive affirmation kind of thing where it's like, yes, I agree with the statement, thanks for replying or whatever, thanks for your comment. It'll basically just like summarize what the comment was and then like regurgitate it back to you. So like, if I felt like just being annoying and spamming responses, I could do that. It's like a one button press. Holy shit. Where'd that nuke come from? I need more ammo. I guess there was just a walking barrel and I didn't see it. Yeah, if you comment on the video, bro, your video sucks, then the AI response would be like, I will take your feedback into consideration and try better for my next video. Thank you for your comment or whatever. Some shit like that. Gonna do that for every single comment that I get. There's another barrel. Can we not do that? I have like no HP, dude. We can't be setting off the bombs. Oh god, where's my juice? Where's my juice? Oh my goodness. Why did you explode? What the hell? Oh, does it just like kill everything in the area? I guess that makes sense. Holy shit, you dropped a lot of jokers. Let me just have them. Chance for double damage. Oh my goodness. The bird was secretly a nuke. I believe it. That's kind of what I thought for a second. The bird himself was just a bomb. Okay, we gotta stop with surrounding me. I'm trying to look at birds. I want to open my packs. Please. Alright, get me out of here. My amazing static wisp. Holy. No! Don't hit my horde. I think the wisp is my favorite spell so far. He's just amazing. I might have to try Wisp with, like, the fire pillar or whatever. That might be cool. Or maybe Lightning Strike with the fire pillar. Oh my god, there are so many of them. I'm aware that Battle Mage exists as a card you can get. I don't think I have it. Oh my god. See that? I do kind of want to make my first build like a battle mage style build though. Alright, kill my creature. Blitz everything. Oh my god. There's so much happening. Okay. Yeah, I can just successfully nuke everything with one little one little wispy throw. Back up. Oh no! Oh, you're right next to a danger zone. That's cool. Let's get out. Oh my god. Battle Mage scales with the amount of enemies that get thrown at you. What? That sounds pretty sick. So, like, if I'm going into Nightmare mode eventually, that would be, like, a goated build? Oh my goodness. Let's go back to Saloon so I can cool down a second. The more you kill, the more cooldown you get. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's what the description was, like... lowers cooldowns for kills that you get. So that makes sense. The more characters on the map that are spawning, the better cooldown you get. I like it. I need one more fragment, are you joking? I kind of want to change my guy. I'm not really vibing with being Willy-Billy. Bull. Hooty. I kind of like you. But you're expensive. Woody. I have to trade 30 times with you? That's egregious. Be Jane Doe again. I like being basic robot. Alright, alright. What was I doing on this gun? More damage, reload speed. I think that's what I do with you. Needs to be a higher level. A lot of companies shut down their AI that turn on them because they create predators out of nowhere. What? I have not been following the AI conversation closely. Are you talking about, like, movie AI? Hold on. Consumer laws hold companies accountable for their AI agents. For what their AI agents say, now that it's too risky to use them for anything other than hi, I'm a FAQ bot. Oh yeah, let's get rid of you, and we can use chance for weak spot hits to summon a healing ghost bell. Why not? Or rampage. Killing an enemy grants movement speed. That's kind of good. Bellshot seems like a nice to have kind of thing. Rampage seems like a get out of me if I'm being surrounded by bullshit that I don't want to fight. So that sounds good. Revolver. What can I put on you instead of that garbage? Could put Bellshot on you. So companies were, for a while, in, like, the fuck around kind of stage with AI, just, like, using it to basically, like, have an automated kind of like cheaper way to respond to like customer feedback and stuff like that, and now they're in like the find out stage where like they're being held liable for all of the bullshit that like their AI like agents were saying, and are trying not to be sued by people that just like were told things maliciously by the AI agents, or like don't want to be held accountable for the bullshit that the AI is able to respond with. One of the main guys behind Meta's AI shit is literally called Rocco Basilico. There's no way it's not like an alias, right? That's amazing. I kind of want Healthy Boy. Because I'm a healthy boy. Tormentee Nexus. Hold on, I need to change my channel name. Move speed when shooting. Yeah, that's good. Tormentee Nexus. Holy fuck. Let's see, have I unlocked any new spells? Instantly jump to escape your enemies. I do like the idea of doing that. Let's put you on there. Fire beam? Actually, let's try that combo out. I don't remember if I tried that. What does Fire Beam do if I strike it? Okay, that was underwhelming. What does Boing do? Boing. What the shit? Let me... It hops me into the air for a second. Hold on. Let me read that again. Instantly jump to escape your enemies. So it's a jump? Is that all that it is? Oh, okay, well, okay. I get it. It's a big jump. Okay. So, like, I can do this, boing, dash. Okay. Okay. I see the potential in that one. Because it's got good momentum to it. Okay. Except, I already kind of get that from my throwable. So I don't really need that as my spell. You could lean super hard into like an all movement based build, I guess. And I could see that being fun. Yeah. I just like the idea of like having Geyser as a way to block bullshit. Except this combo right here kind of already clears everything. Oh. I like to boing. Does electricity have a version of supercharge or whatever? Surcharge? Rise up, then dive down to blast an area. I would like a strike spell that's like all around me. That'd be fun. I think I'm good with the build that I have. Oh yeah, real quick. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I do have Second Wind equipped, so we're chilling if I die. 5 big boings. They got rid of my 5 big boings near my house. Where am I gonna go to get big boings? Oh my goodness, in public? Gout, I don't know. Axel just kind of says whatever. And that's Axel. Now you can't say we're going for walkies. That's not allowed. What is this guy? Are you a creature? You're a trap. Look, as long as you're not making other people uncomfortable, then we're chill. I can pretty much take whatever kind of shit. Unless you're just... no. I don't want to invite just anyone saying anything. You have to at least be, you have to have proven that you're chill first. Because I've had instances where, like, someone has come into chat and just said, like, insane shit. Oh, hold on, that's awesome. Like, there have been moments where I don't know if it was like a bot or if it was just like a very comfortable person, to put it one way, who would like come into chat and just like just start flirting with me outright. And I'm like, no, you can't just like come into chat and have that be like the very first thing that you say. You have to be chill first. What were you thinking of, Tatsubun? Let's pretend to be bigoted against the suffering creature from the Suffering game. Oh yeah. No, that was another instance of like someone being overly comfortable with just saying whatever. That was a really weird one. I can't say I've ever experienced a chatter, like, role-playing as being a racist character. That was... That one was awesome. It takes a special kind of, like, special interest. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just LARPing as being racist. So, the brief moment that I played Casualties Unknown, I kind of got, like, an insight into the community a little bit from, like, that bit that I played. Because, like, I think there are people that have the experiment creature as, like, their persona now. And then there are some people who roleplay as, like, I guess, either a different race from that game, or, like, the humans from that game who torment the experiment creatures. This is, like, a rabbit hole that I don't know if I want to go down. I don't want the kamikaze guys. Why do we have so many of them? Get out of here, snake. Oh my god. And they're all bullshit cards. Can you at least drop good jokers if you're gonna spam crazy kamikazes at me? It's always really interesting to me to see the kind of communities that crop up around indie games. Like, Silverfish has a very predominantly queer community, which is, like, kind of sick, because I can vibe right into that. But then the Casualties Unknown game, it's weird, because I think it kind of has, like, a younger leaning community that's built up around it. And it just, the impression that I got from, like, that experience playing it, and then also seeing people, what they say about it from other communities. It just gives me this impression that they're all, like, kind of role-playing the game. I don't know. Too old for this. Yeah, I guess it's just like a younger furry crowd kind of like indulging in the game, which... yeah, that itself is kind of dangerous. Because then you could end up being like a kid who's like, I'm role-playing as a racist character. Oh, sick. More item fragments that I probably don't need. I only needed one more. Oh, shit. I guess I could do more of the bell. And to get more of that card if I wanted to. But I don't think I really need more of that card. Yeah. It's weird to think if I were a kid growing up now and like experiencing a life where the internet has always been a thing and getting into it like just very much as a naive person. Just very innocently being like, oh, I'll just get into this community and like mess around and not realize that like what I say could have consequences or could like stick around forever. And also, you're not really, unless you're very careful about where you are, or like what groups of people you're talking to, you could be talking to like people in any age group and like be exposed to any number of things. I think in a lot of ways, like being a kid now would kind of be ass. Because I'm thinking about, like, when I was growing up with the internet, like, there were a lot of very specific, like, kid-friendly spaces. And now those don't really exist so much. It feels like there are pretty much just adults, like, in all of those kinds of spaces. Oh, shit. So there's no, like, real third place for kids to just, like, beat themselves. Like, it used to be... Oh, shit. Is this the one that I want? It used to be that, like, you had, like, Neopets and, like, Club Penguin and all kinds of bullshit. And, like, you would kind of pretty much have the reassurance that, like, you were playing those games with other kids. But now it's like, you could be playing those games with, like, a person my age who grew up playing those games and is just feeling nostalgic. Or even worse, like someone who is predatory. And I think, like, to a large degree, Roblox is kind of now the space where a lot of kids hang out, but, like, even that has, like, a lot of its own problems. Oh god. I think I'm proccing the kill movement speed thing. I forgot this challenge instantly activates a crazy storm. I badly need a healing card. Yeah, Neopets was my shit. Neopets and then, like, old school RuneScape basically defined my experience online. Yo, are there even, like, good Flash games anymore? You would have been a Neopets kid. What does that mean? Yo, I got the Neopets, like, McDonald's toys. I was into it. Yo, get me... Oh my god. I have to push the cart. Can you get off my cart? Oh no. My bad. Yeah, Flash actually died, but, like, are there still websites you can go on to, like, play kind of Flash equivalent things? Maybe not. Yes. Okay. Maybe Itch.io. No. I guess what I'm thinking of is just, like, maybe what kids do now is just, like, find a game within Roblox to play. Which is weird to me, because Roblox, when I was growing up, was, like, I don't know, real estate tycoons and, like, hobby courses. There's a thing called Ruffle that emulates Flash Player. I do know of that. I do know about that. Yeah, I guess a lot of the older Flash games are still probably around. I just don't know if they're, like, necessarily that prevalent anymore. Maybe this is a hot take, but I think if, as a 15-year-old or whatever, you're exposed to casualties unknown, violence, or a boobs, that's just part of growing up. Yeah. like, you can't really hide that kind of thing from, like, anyone when they're growing up. But, like... I don't know. I want to say, like, you shouldn't be exposing... I don't know where I lie on that. Because, like, I would stumble into all kinds of shit when I was on the internet. Was, as though I'm not actively. Oh yeah, I came here to, like, look for the graves. I forgot. Yeah, there's no way to, like, really shelter kids. It's more so just, like, when you're an adult... Yeah, it should be the responsibility of, like, adults on the internet not actively, like, exposing children to things that they shouldn't be seeing, and also, like, the parents being like, okay, kids, like, this is what you're allowed to go on. But yeah, whenever you're a teen, you're gonna, like, just kind of look for whatever, and then you're gonna have friends that tell you about whatever. Okay, let's retry that and not kill ourselves violently. Where are the graves on this map? That's what I want. Yeah, like, it should be the responsibility of... Oh my god! Get me out of this. It should be the responsibility of, like, the parents to know what their kids are up to. At least to, like, a certain age demographic, like... And then whenever they're a teenager, you kind of just, like, hope that they're well off enough that they can make responsible decisions on their own. The problem is, from just what I've seen, anecdotally, is that there are plenty of parents who do not even do, like, the bare minimum of, like, making sure what their kids are getting into is, like, appropriate for them. And then they just want to rely on, like, the government or whatever to do all of that, like, hand-holding for them. And that's how you end up in the situations where we are now, where, like, everything requires an ID for you to get into online. Don't think we need to mess with Forge, because I only need, like, one thingy. Oh my god. That's a storm. Alright, Wispy. Go out there and kill them for me. I'm, like, tempted to look up a map for this map of, like, where the graves are located. Oh my god. I'm getting juggled. Just get me out of here! Please! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, healing. There are like 4 spawners over here. What the hell? Oh shit. I'm gonna lose all those souls. Whoops. Another second win. Ow? Just gather all of that real quick. Okay, we need to buy the one that gives me healing from getting their souls. That would be good. Major pet peeve is people going, my kids always had clothes and food because I'm a good parent. Yeah, it's like, I guess people are taught that that's like what they need to do as a parent, but like no more than that. They're kind of skipping the whole like actually parenting your kid part and like making sure that they're a responsible person when they grow up. That did nothing. I guess a lot of it comes down to, like, whether or not you actually give a shit as a parent, and, like, care to see what your child is actually doing, and what is influencing them, and, like, what you're doing to be responsible for them. Versus just like, okay, I have a kid, I give them food, and like, basically, they're like a pet animal or something, where like, you give them shelter and food, and then like, everything else they do is on their own. Oh, yeah, you're totally fine, Tetsuban. I really do not mind if you're ranting. It helps keep my brain engaged. Oh my god. My Tamagotchi didn't die. I'm a great parent. Stonks. Open a chest gives you a random joker. Cool. I felt really bad when one of my partners told me that like they got a Tamagotchi, but like they couldn't take care of it because their fingers weren't like fitting the buttons properly. Oh shit, I'm lucky. So like they basically took the battery out of the Tamagotchi and like killed it because they couldn't deal with the grief of like not being able to actually play it. I don't know if it was like their nails or like just they couldn't get their fingers to like press the buttons properly. I think it was one of those like really small like pocket ones that are like babby sized. Yeah, that's what I said, Axel. They just said that it hurt to use, and then gave up on it, so I'm like, alright. Kill the Tamagotchi. What do I care? Cries about it. Me. I love that soul collection sound effect. Little thumpy sound. Send the digital creature to a permanent rest. Evil bull. Oh. It's a marathon runner now. Its soul was uploaded to the neural net or whatever. Probably a better life for it than just like sitting in a pocket device and waiting to be fed. And then like shitting occasionally. That's what I think about every day when I haven't played Nintendogs. What if like you have a 15-year-old Nintendog save and like you come back and your dogs are all like malnourished and like somehow are still alive, but they like resent you now? Would I be Slime's Nintendog? Sure, why not? I could be a Nintendog. That's just mutagenics. Nintendog creepypasta. Someone's done it, I'm sure. Someone's written Nintendog creepypasta. My Nintendogs are all rebelling against me. I haven't played in 15 years and now they won't play with me. Holy shit, why did you drop a purple? Give me that voodoo mastery? Okay. This game really has a way of just like giving me spikes of adrenaline. It's cool in here now, but I still feel like the temperature ambiently rising. Get out of here. Run and gun. It's a good one. You find out you're on the weird route of Nintendogs into survival horror game. You're on like Nintendog's Snowgrave route or whatever. Is that what it's called? But shit. Did I break their pathing? A Nintendog's alternate route would actually be kind of sick. Middle, and the last two. I think that's it. Cool. Bell shot. Okay, so that can just appear as a Joker now. Has someone tried to make an indie Nintendogs yet? If they haven't, somebody should. And also add like a weird kind of like a fucked up route to it. Because every indie game needs to have a fucked up route. Mutagenics! Fuck, we're just talking about Mutagenics again? Okay, but less like turn-based tactical game and more like just pet simulation game. Run and reload. Give me that. They released something on the Switch that was like it, but it sucked. Oh no. Was it just like a garbage Nintendogs ripoff? I was thinking during the Tamagotchi live streams, wouldn't it be cool if it suddenly morphed into a JRPG halfway through? Like it just turned into the Miitopia or whatever game RPG that they made, like halfway through playing Tamagotchi Life. I think that would honestly be kind of awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking, Tatsubun. You kind of... More games should be Frog Fractions. More games deserve to be truly ambitious and break genres. Also, yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, Slime. This game would be kind of sick to play with, like, a full group of people, but... I think, aside from you, I don't know anyone else that plays, like, horde shooter kinds of games. Little Friends, Dogs, and Cats is what it was called. What the hell? Frog Fractions is a game, I think that was, like, originally a browser game about, like... God, I didn't actually play it. I just remember it being talked about a lot. But I think it was, like, disguised as, like, an educational game where, like, you're a frog who has to, like, choose the right fraction. Like, you're a frog on a lily pad and there's, like, little bugs dropping down and you have to, like, eat the bug that has, like, the right equation or whatever. And then, like, the more you play and, like, sort of like, fill certain conditions, more of the game actually opens up and, like, becomes the true game, where it's, like, it starts becoming different genres of games. And just, like... It opens up to become a lot more than what was initially, like, the premise of the game, if that makes sense. There's, like, a giant history about, like, that game, and then, like, other games that are, some, like, other game that came out that was, like, the sequel to Frog Fractions in disguise as another game that actually turned into the sequel to Frog Fractions after you played enough and, like, meet some conditions in that game. It's like a giant rabbit hole that you should look into if you think that sounds amazing. It's Fractions all the way down. Yeah, there was like a fairy town builder thing where, like, it was secretly the sequel to Frog Fractions and, like, opened up into a totally different game if you did something else inside the game. It might be cool playing those games, like, with a guide or something. And just, like, showing off all of it. Because I never actually played them, I just have watched, like, things describing them. Do Void Stranger first. Okay. We'll do Void Stranger. Is that another one of those like genre bending kind of games? I saw somebody post about it earlier today. Yes and no. There was a post that I saw that was like, someone was playing it and they're like 20 hours into their playthrough and they're just like frustrated with it. Don't look into it. Okay. I have not researched it. I've just seen the Steam page. That'll be a future stream. Oh god, don't explode. Oh, there's a lot of you. Get out of my canyon. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a little map real quick and just like figure out where the hell I should be going. Far, far west. Grave locations. All grave locations far, far west. Let's choose desert and pick a direction. All right. Oh, I hate the way that IGN does it. What the shit? This is not helpful. Never mind, I'm not looking at that. Instead of it being just a map that has all the locations, it was like a sequential order article of like the first gravesite and then an arrow pointing towards the next gravesite, and then it was not helpful. Only thing I will say is that Void Strangers is like Animal Well in that it's way deeper than meets the eye. Oh shit. I haven't really played Animal Well either. I know Animal Well was a game that was like super hyped up whenever it came out, and like I was watching somebody play it for a little while and didn't really get super invested. I'm not sure if that's one that I should give another chance. Maybe if I actually play it myself, it might be good. Maybe. Bottle can. The problem that I typically have with, like, Metroidvania style games is I really love the RPG mechanics of, like, some of the Castlevania style games. And I don't really get super invested in the indie game takes on them. Unless they have RPG elements. You need to not be here. Bottle tire boot. Bottle tire boot. When are we returning to Cam Love Island? That's a good question. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't want him to explode immediately. Holy shit. Okay, just gonna put my revive on cooldown, I guess. Tired chili bottle. I've been thinking about returning to Love Island. Higher chili bottle. Maybe when there's like another patch for the game that comes out. Oh fuck. Get out of here. I just really want for there to be more things to do in Tamagotchi before I really like super get back into it with another stream. So if I said I know a game that's vibes maxing Dark Souls 1 but as a Metroidvania with like parry focused combat. Tire oil boot. Are you talking about that one Metroidvania game that you championed? I'm also not really like a parry mechanic enjoyer, I'll be honest. Whenever there's a parry mechanic in a game, I just like actively try to avoid using it. Holy shit. I'm gonna die again? Can we get the minigun guy off me, please? You might be into Spiritfarer then. Spiritfarer is good, but it will make you cry. You know, I could be convinced to cry. Chili, oil chili. Stop shooting me. Oil. Chili. Stop. Have you seen the Lego drama? Oh, like the dude, the YouTuber guy who like went to, I guess, like document what was happening with the company who stole somebody's life savings. I've not super kept up with it, but from what I've heard, it sounds pretty fucked up. Bricks and minifigs. Bottle chili boot. Bottle chili boot. As an outside observer who knows nothing about what's going on, I think the company owes money to a family who they bought like a Lego collection from, and they should probably pay them that money. As far as I know, the Lego drama is that someone sold their 200,000 of Lego collection to pay for medical treatments. The store, they sold it to changed owners, and the new owners are like, what? No, this belongs to us. And so like they're trying to just not pay them that money that was supposedly owed. So what I've gathered from that is like, in order to get out of paying that money, they changed the ownership, and then because of that, like they technically don't owe the money. Grants weapon damage, but reloading wastes ammo. Yeah, it doesn't work on this gun. Yeah, it's like some, like, Mormon town. And because the company owners are, like, really well known there, they're like buddy-buddy with the police over there, so... Like, the family is basically fucked over from trying to get their money, and there was a YouTuber that tried to go and, like, confront the company over it, and the YouTuber ended up getting arrested because the company owner said that, like, the YouTuber was harassing them or something. I think there's something that happens to people's brains when they're a small business owner that just, like, corrupts them. Or maybe, like, you have to be corrupted. I don't know. It's like they're enabled by the greed. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Bricks and Mini Pigs is not a small store, they're nationwide. So just being a corporate company, generally. I guess they're just so used to being like, oh, well, we can just fuck around with the law and get what we want based off of, like, technicalities. Give me souls. Yeah, it's a really nice business tactic. Just, like, find loopholes in the law and use that to squeeze people out of their money. And just do that until you end up with an instance like this where it's, like, basically nationwide news coverage for how shitty and greedy your company is. Sorry. Bird, how did you get there? I'll grab that, why not? Yeah, that's another thing. Like, how many times have they done that to somebody and just gotten away with it because nobody cared to cover it? Or, like, how widespread that particular situation is, not even just with that company, but, like, if other companies do that and just take advantage of people and their money without any kind of, like, consequence. Because I'm sure if you're a big enough company, you can just do that and, like, pay your lawyers to find a way to get you off. Dude, the whips carries, oh my god. Never nerf this guy, please. It's my favorite spell. Realign the 4 scores. Get in there. By the way, the new owners of the B&M store basically said to this guy... Said this to the guy who owns the Legos. Said what to the guy? Well, like, screw you, basically. If you try and take us to court, we will drag it out until you have spent more than 200k. That, I think, is pretty typical. Like, essentially, they have the money to screw you out of your money, and if you try to sue them over it, then they'll just, like... I don't know if it's like a slap suit thing, but, like... No, that'd be the other way around. But basically drag it out so that, like, you're spending all of the rest of your money, and, like, they know that you can't afford that, so they just fuck you over. Don't you just love capitalism? It is such an ethical and efficient form of economy. Oh... There has to be like a grave over here somewhere that I'm missing. It's just laws in place that mostly empower it. I mean, that is true, but it's also like, we're counting on the judges in our system to make decisions that actually, like, favor everyday people over corporations, and, like, we're counting on the police systems that we have to make the right decisions. Like, we're counting on a lot for the little guys to be looked after. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's just going to be essentially whoever has the most money that gets taken care of. Yeah, a lot of it is like, do we count on everyone operating in this system to be working on good faith? That is kind of every system, you're not wrong. Slide my gun. What do the floating spotlights in this game do? So they trigger a storm if you walk into them, and the storms are essentially just like an endless wave until the storm is over. So that is why you want to avoid them. You also don't want to shoot them, because that would also trigger it. Please don't nuke me. Please don't nuke me. Storm triggered? No. You tossed a coin and made a wish. For me, wasn't it? I did not wish for you, but here you are. Sometimes you have to choose a system that gives you the better odds of change, even if it's a small chance. The issue that we have right now is that, like, our system has been so thoroughly compromised that it does not even feel like at this point we are in a fair democracy. It's basically just, like, corporate greed all the way from the top. And we're relying on people to vote in people into positions of power to make the right decisions, and, like, that has not been happening consistently. It is way too easy for us to vote against our best interests. There's a grave I've been missing the whole time. I'm big on investing in society, like stop thinking about healthcare as a burden, think of it as we're making stronger, healthier, more productive members of society. That's the thing, like, ideally, people would be invested in their community and, like, in their society. But right now, like, you couldn't convince someone to pay more taxes because our tax money gets funneled into, like, shit that we do not want. And people don't really see, like, a meaningful change in their everyday lives from, like, the money that they have to spend. So I think eventually a lot of people just become kind of, like, biased against their society, if that makes sense. Yeah, people become apathetic. So there's less, like, community building and more just, like, every man for themselves kind of mentality. Like, why should I be paying for whoever? I don't know them. I only pay for my own things, and I don't live in a society. Bubber ducky. Apparently the people that have a lot of money turn all their money into assets and take out huge loans so they don't have to pay taxes. Yes. Like if you're Mr. Beast, you can basically say that you're broke because you don't have any money, but like all of your money is tied up into like stocks and assets, and any money that you do have is just like loans that you'll pay back eventually. So you can claim that you don't have money, but you have a shit ton of assets. Yeah, I'm just as wealthy as Mr. Beast, because we have the same amount of money. Okay, I can only assume that there's either a grave, like, somewhere here, or somewhere on the coast here. Let's look. It's starting to make more sense why people were interested in NFTs when you phrase it like that. Was it all tax evasion all along? Yes. I think that was like the initial interest in crypto, wasn't it? Like your money wasn't actually tied to like any specific country. So you wouldn't have to like pay taxes on the assets that you have or whatever. I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable about like investments and that culture. Like you were saying earlier, they just invest and buy from each other, and none of that money comes back down to us at all. That's why, like, the phrase trickle-down economics has always, like, even since I was younger, just, like, given me a headache. Because if you just look at how our current system functions, like, just at a glance, you know that that money is never coming down to, like, the working class people. you wouldn't invest in the markets and like start a company or any of that if the money was going to just be going back down to like the working class people. You're going to find a way to tie it up and keep it in assets that you can hold on to until you die. Walking around in my SpongeBob boots. While I talk about some bullshit. Where the hell? How did I end up down here? Okay. Not if you only want to hoard and to be greedy. Who was the guy on, like, Shark Tank or whatever? The one that everyone hates, the bald one. Like, recently was on an interview and said, like, the average millennial or, like, Gen Z person making, like, $70,000 a year should stop spending $28 on lunch if they want to save their money. And it's like, first of all, like, I don't know what you think wages are now, these days. Minimum wage has not increased in what, like 30, 40 years? The average person is not making nearly as much as you think, old man. But it's also like this kind of brain-rotted way of thinking if you believe that people shouldn't be allowed to spend money on themselves and they should just keep investing it into their retirement savings for like their entire lifetime and never be allowed to actually like experience their life until they're like 60 or 70. They say you have to make $100,000 a year to live comfortably now. Yeah. Like, I think ideally if you want like, what is it, the nuclear family where it's like 2.5 kids and a home. You need to be making like $100,000 a year. Oh, and to be able to like retire comfortably. Yes, that also does actively hurt the economy. If you tell people that they shouldn't be spending their money and like just be constantly investing it into the markets, then they're not spending their money and there isn't like any velocity of the money. There's less money going around. It's just being like held up in banks. Or like being traded. So like restaurants that require people to frequent their establishment. Or like stores that need to be open, that need customers to like pay for their goods and things like that. Like you can't have a healthy, thriving economy if everyone's trying to save their money. But then you get, like, belittled by old men who have basically never had to suffer working a regular job. They don't care if we eat real food. Eventually we'll be fed a 3D printed slop. I'm sure there would be regulations against that too. How dare you print your own food? Yeah, we can't even get cloned meat. Because people are so against that too. Damn it. Try a new Pepsi steak. Hold on. What are we cooking? Pepsi steak. It's like pilk. The pig. Tends to deal double damage, I like you. There is drinkable cheeseburger. You know what? I give up everything I just said. Give us drinkable cheeseburger. Give me that. I want that. Oh my goodness. Man, I love ranting about garbage. Y'all should enable me more often. Enjoy the synthetic aftertaste of drinkable cheeseburger. Yeah, eventually real meat will be saved for the wealthy. And then we can have the fake meat. Honestly, real meat is so thoroughly subsidized now, I could see that being a possibility. Heal after being hit? Sure. I honestly wouldn't mind at some point if we get like a synthetic meat that is as good or better than like regular meat. But the farmers, they hate it. Well, I've talked to Aki about this a little bit before, and they've said that like it's already being done, just it's not disclosed, which I don't know if I 100% believe. They're already trying to do it, that's why they've been getting rid of the farmers in the UK. Interesting. There's a whole group of guys over there. Okay, I have the feeling that there's like a gravestone, maybe somewhere on the coast over here that I missed. What the hell, carrot? What is this? Oh, whoops. Carrot walked the blink. We have videos of people getting strange meats from the grocery stores. Same things with the fruits and vegetables. What? I love getting questionable meat slop from the grocery store. See, like, I'm not against lab-grown meat. Lab-grown meat. It would just need to be labeled properly. And also be, like, as good as regular meat. And also, like, generally nutritious. Because if you could just, like, eat a cheap meat substitute that's, like, good for you, then I would have no problem switching over. As long as it's, like, also cheap, too, because, like, if it tastes fine and it's good for me and I don't have to spend a fortune on it, like, yeah, why not? I don't need the real stuff. Give me some flesh that was grown out of a cube. Make a big sentient cube that you carve the flesh from. Let's not do that. That's also in uploaded. As long as it tastes fine and is labeled properly with no prions. Well, they put prions in the synthetic meat. Could you imagine the kind of catastrophe if they got, like, diseases in your lab-grown meat? New diseases? Or, like, brain damage diseases? Where the hell's this last one? They have the long cow. Basically not even an animal anymore, just one giant tumor you can milk. I think that's, like, where I got the idea from that. That was, like, stored away in my head somewhere. Like, one long, like, flesh that you just, like, harvest from. Where the shit? Okay, pull up a side menu. A side tab. Let me look at this. Far, far west. Desert. Cactus locations. The hell are they cactus locations? Grave. Oh. How to allow ads on this website. We noticed that ads are not being displayed. Can you fuck off? Okay, there's one here, and there's one over here. What the hell? I am not looking at the right map. Oh, I'm not on desert, I'm on far west. All far west grave locations. Okay, the one that I'm missing... Oh, it's like right here. That explains everything. You say milk, but I'm imagining a steamroller just flattening out the milk tumor. Just like squeeze out all the milk. Can't do that. You gotta give it time to refill the milk. We can't be saying meat tumor. Or milk tumor, rather. We can't say either of those. Okay. Is the last grave, like... Oh, here we go. Challenge completed. Alright, now we can do... the boss fight. Also a foodie, that's why I'm passionate about real food. Yeah, I'm sympathetic with, like, why people appreciate real food over, like, cooking something synthetic. Especially because, like, a lot of synthetic things that we have now very much taste that way. Like, I think when people imagine, like, vegan meat or, like lab-grown meat or, like, synthetic meat, stuff like that. Oh, Jesus. Get me out of that. Get me if people think about things that taste, like, very bland or, like, very much unnatural, but I don't think it has to be that way. I think there's definitely some point that we could reach where, like, synthetic things can essentially function similar to, like, real meat or, like, whatever you want, and taste very similar. But, like, the science for it has to be there. Explode you. Snake, please. Ow? Just eating bullets. Oh, I'm like right next to a monster spawn, aren't I? I'm just gonna let my spells do all the work here for me and run away. There we go. My horde is already waiting. I'm a big fan of how every time I use the little potion drink, I just drown myself in it. And I don't actually drink it. It's like a good oiling, I guess. I mean, it also goes back to how can we trust people to do the right thing. True. Everything that we want ideally relies on other people to be doing things in good faith, or like with competence and general trustworthiness. That's a lot to ask. Learn how to make milk tumors and give them one if they don't do the right thing. Ah. Okay, so here's how we get a proper functioning society. If someone is acting in bad faith, we turn them into a milk tumor, and they can provide sustenance for the rest of the world. That is how we feed our people. If you're a bad person, you get converted into a milk tumor. This is how we'll run the ideal society. Oh my goodness. Okay, the one thing about the Wisp is that, it kind of just targets everything. So I have to be very careful if it's going after explosives. Yes, proper justice is when we turn people into milk tumors if they've misbehaved. Holy shit, reloading gives me a giant speed boost. That build is kind of going crazy by the end. Oh my god. Big stretch. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if our legal system was fair and worked properly? We could only dream. Let's go back to the saloon. I'm looking at Discord and Med just posted meat chunks. Hoarder Joker. Obtained after completing the challenge. Collect a minimum of 30 Jokers in a single run. I guess that was a long run. That was like an hour long, wasn't it? Alright, we can buy you. Take that. And equip the dual revolvers. Why not? Oh, it's like... What? Hold on. Why did they just shove a couple of guns into a couple of cans? Oh, I guess that's the explosive part. That makes sense, I guess. The Loudoners. Oh. I love a good Loudener on my gun. Your feedback helps us improve the game. We devs enjoy that smiley face. You heard them. If you want to give feedback, buy the game. Talk to the signpost. Okay, there's one Joker that I do want to, like, buy outright. Soul Eater. Picking up a soul grants plus 20 damage and reload speed. Not that one. Is it a mythic one? 15% chance that collecting a Joker makes another random one appear? Oh. That's crazy. And I just have that. Kills heal you for 2 HP. But max. Devs, hold on. Kills heal you for 2 HP, but max. HP is reduced by 30%. I mean, I understand what they're trying to say. Killing an enemy shortens all ongoing spell cooldowns. Sick. I do want that. Where's the, butt maxing? Oh, is the one that I want a weapon Joker? The one where you collect souls and then it gives you HP? That can't be right. Oh, this is the one that I want. Increased pickup range and heals for 2 HP when picking up a soul. That's probably fine. That's probably good. I don't really use care package at all. Alright, and then the rest of my souls I'm gonna spend on Gamba. Let's save my gold for weapons, I think. Gain spell cooldown, but minus 30% HP. Oh my god. Stonks is cool. That's a fine one. Bouncing ball, damage airborne. Devs, I think we also need to reword this one. Plus 15% damage airborne. I'm assuming that means damage while airborne? Oh, machine gun's a sick one. Damn, I need more souls. I would have loved to get machine gun. Life pack. Kills heal you, but max. HP is reduced. Okay. Oh, we have a lot of slots on you. Explosive rounds, acid. Or running gun, move speed while shooting. That's good. And then a couple more reload speed. A couple more damage. Yeah, that seems good. What are the... Oh shit, hold on. Let's change you to fire. See how that does. Accuracy, lifesteal. You've got like every stat. What are the unique mods? Reloading no longer wastes ammo. Oh. So, okay. Reloading wasting ammo is just innate to the revolvers. Reload explosions now leave puddles on the ground. Okay, those are not terribly exciting uniques, but sure. We'll do that, I guess. Okay. We've done everything there. Does finding all of the gravestones in one map do anything? Or is it just the 30 milestone that it does anything? I haven't been paying attention, but have you gotten new bots, like the skins? I've gotten like one from the quest for Willy Billy or whatever. Let's do Dr. Spark Twist. Or Auto. We can do Auto. 3 danger zones, excellent Joker quality, plus gold, plus souls. Surging enemies. Let's try very hard, and let's do hard map. Let's try Dr. Spark Twist first. We'll see if very hard is very hard. There's kind of like a buffer to the difficulty when you have the second wind Joker. Alright, let's get down to it then. I kind of dig just the default look of the Jane and the John robots. Alright, I don't know where you guys are coming from. Kill you. I would love the Marauder skin, though. They're kind of snazzy. I've always liked whenever you can earn a skin or like a playable version of like the villain characters. What is this? I have no idea what that would do. Oh, sniper? Get out of here. I always liked finding my beast form characters. I'm curious what you mean by beast form characters. Love playing a good version of an evil faction, like a redeemed unit. Yeah, that's always a cool, like, idea for a character. Like one that's just decided to defect and join, like, whatever. What the shit? Oh, it's a teleport. Yeah, it seemed I could, like, dodge that. Oh my god. They had the firing squad lined up for me. It's like demons or animalistic playstyles that reward you for going aggro. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I couldn't really tell when he was supposed to shoot, I think, except for, like, the sound cue, kinda. It wasn't really clear. Weak spot refund. Ooh. Hello, you. I'm gonna burn you. Alright, you're a little annoying. What's up? Just spams dudes as a projectile. Okay. This map, I have found none of the graves. I don't think I've done anything here, really. Yeah, I do also really like playing more of, like, the more, like, animalistic, aggressive style characters. Like, in League, I was a pretty huge, like, Warwick fan. And then, like, Dota, I like the style of, like, Juggernaut and, what's the one, like, blood dude's name? Agnes, what the hell? Bloodseeker? I forget. What the heck? You have dialogue? The hell? My own kid ditched me. We were this close to licking the best damn rocks in this desert and he bolts. I know he's hoarding the premium stuff. What the fuck? I bet my tongue he found it at that rock pyramid. Find him before he finishes the rock without me. Yeah, Warwick and Kha'Zix. I did play a shit ton of Kha'Zix too. I always loved playing junglers, but I was never, like, great at jungling. It's not a very ADHD friendly kind of game. But God, did I try. Why are you green? Get you out of there. Okay, this is like the perfect time for Wisp to come out. Holy shit, there are so many of them. Now we're really samming it up. Holy. Bruisers are also my favorite playstyle. I never really got to play Bruisers a whole lot because growing up, the brother that I played League with the most was mostly like a top lane, like Bruiser main. So most of the junglers that I would play would be like assassins. I think for a little while I was, what's her name? Sajani? Is that her? I played her. I played a lot of Vi. Vi was kind of my shit. If we do, like, double up on the Bruisers. Yeah. Oh my god, there are just dudes everywhere on this map. It's like Marauder City. Thank you, Wisp. Wisp is just killing everything for me, oh my god. Best bruiser besides Shyvana. I think there was like a hot minute where I tried playing Shyvana. And like, I think she was for a while just kind of like easy wins. Because she was just able to do anything that you wanted. Oh my god. But yeah, it has probably been at least like 10 years since I last played that game, so I have no idea what the current stage of the game is. Oh shit, I'm gonna miss all of those. Please. I do not want that. I do not want the piggy. Moon gravity. I don't super see the effect, but sure. At least Leona's timeless. Leona jungle was kind of a funny build. Oh shit. I don't think she was bad at it, but it was definitely funny. Let's go here. Yeah, the thing with playing Leona is that you could essentially just prevent a person from being able to play the game the entire time that you were on them. Which is probably why I don't think they've ever come out with a character that is like that since then, but it's definitely fun for the person playing Leona. Just like, even if you're doing badly, you're still incredibly useful. Being the person in the game that gets to decide who doesn't get to play the game. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright, I guess I don't want to play over there anymore. I'll just be over here. Oh, you know what? I've been doing the snake wrong the entire time. I'm gonna die. Holy shit. Get all of these elite guys off me, please. Stop sniping. Stop sniping. Yo, hold on a second. Let's do double revolver. Alright, wisp me. Get me away from the nuke. Holy shit, dude. It just goes off. Okay, I kind of like this. Kind of vibe with these guns. I think I want to make them more accurate. Increase the ammo capacity if I can. And increase the damage. Oh my god, that was jarring. Where is my golden card? There it is. Dwarf? No. What? What the hell? Oh shit. There's a little cactus guy. Hello, child. Wahoo, fishing rules. I've been staring at water for hours and nothing happened. Yahoo. Do I have to bring you back to your cactus dad? I mean, Mom. Mama's waiting for me next to the pond near the little marauder camp, but I want that fish. Holy shit. I can just fly now. Oh my god. Jump scared me. Give me that. Oh. There's like a grave up here too. I can't get on. Wahoo. Oh shit. Release the hunter's soul. Okay. Near the pond, near the marauder camp. I think that was like up here? Oh shit. Why are you following me? It's gonna have its little dialogue thing every time I pick it up. Did I just miss this purple card over there? Second win. I don't know if a second copy actually does anything. Okay, here's the Marauder camp. Oh yeah, I was gonna say earlier, the snake, I thought you had to like rapidly tap the mouse button. You just hold it. Oh my god, stop shooting me. Give me that. Give me ammo. Launchpad reminds me of Halo. Oh, like the man cannon. Yeah. It's kind of like that. And I miss playing AAA games that had like fun sandboxes to mess around in. Holy shit! This is a really bad storm. Or wave. It's not even a whole storm. So you. Oh, I have the life packs, don't I? That's why I'm healing so much. Just easy healing. Easy healing. Alright, where's that stupid cactus? I just realized that that card is specific to weak point hits, so it's like a chance on a very precision hit to do anything. It's a very niche card. I don't know if I like that. Oh, there you are. Okay. So there are different cactuses that have different kids that you have to bring them. Rain Rush. So are we going to 1v1 on Rust? I did not agree to this. Where the hell? Okay. I dropped your kid over here. You're like over here. I was never super good at Call of Duty, like, competitive multiplayer. It'll be no scopes only. When I was growing up, I was never super into, like, trying to be the best at Call of Duty or anything like that. It was mostly a game that I would play just to, like, grind out levels. Oh shit, is that where I put your kid? Secretly turn on headshots only to troll you. You're like over here, I think. I also really was never tuned into the meta for any of those games, so like... My baby Johnny, he's dumb as a rock, but he's my rock. That's a cactus. Okay, there are 6 cactus families I have to find. When I played Call of Duty growing up, I would mostly just choose whatever weapons and like loadouts I thought looked cool. And I think most of the time that just ended up with me using like the worst weapons. Like, I think I really enjoyed using the, like, the LMGs in Modern Warfare. But they always had, like, the worst fire rate, the worst recoil, just, like, probably the worst guns that you could use. And then I would go into online and just wonder, like, why I was always performing so horribly. Brings me back to like whenever we had computer classes in high school and everyone would just like fuck around and play Call of Duty either like I think it was like the first Modern Warfare. We would fuck around and play the first Modern Warfare. And I was pretty good against the other kids in my class because like at that point, the first Modern Warfare was like kind of an older game, and I like had it figured out a little bit. But I never truly understood Halo CE multiplayer until a lot later when I actually found out that like the Magnum was OP. Somehow growing up playing that game, I never figured that out. Like, I'd just never been told that. So, I remember playing against kids in Halo in class, and there was one guy that knew that the Magnum was, like, broken, and just completely dominated us. And the entire time I would wonder, like, how the hell is this one person, like, able to just dominate? Because I was just dicking around, like, using the AR, like, I had no idea what I was doing. Not knowing that the Magnum is just, like, basically a power weapon. Please. Give me a voodoo mastery? Are you joking? Trolled by the useless purple joker again. Yeah, if you were using the Magnum and you knew how powerful it was, and you just like headshot people, you were unstoppable. Yeah, I was also never super a fan of like the battle rifle in 2 and 3. And I think that's also why Reach was one of my favorites, because the DMR just felt right. And now, like, going back to those games, I can kind of, like, get a feel for the BR. But at the time, it just made sense that, like, the DMR is the precision weapon, and, like, it just functions properly. Another cactus. Mama lost baby, baby lost mama, baby loves bones. Baby is where big bones is. Clanker, bring baby to mama. Why did you call me that? I'm gonna file a complaint. Casual slurs in my video games? Yeah, what the hell? Burst fire sucks when you strafe, because if you strafe wrong, then the shots split up. Yeah, I never really, like... I think even now I still don't fully understand how to hit, like, a full burst of the battle rifle properly. So, like, whenever they brought back the battle rifle for Halo Infinite, I still could not figure that shit out to get, like, perfects with it. Oh, come on. Okay, Wisp. Time for you. I said screw Infinite because no DMR, and then they made the DMR a power weapon, so I said screw them more. Didn't they make it so like the DMR and the BR were power weapons? Or like pickups on the map? And you just started with the AR? And then like some game modes you started out with the BR? Because I guess like the BR is the one that everyone like circle jerks over as like being the best gun. So like I get it. But it's not my preferred weapon. Where the shit? Let's just go do this. Wait, hold on. Quest guy. Your mount is not ready. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess the battle rifle is just seen as the more competitive weapon because it does take more skill to use. But it's always just been a little annoying to me because it just amplifies the need to be playing with controller a lot more, since you have a, like the bullet magnetism. And hitting every single shot of your burst is so essential with that gun. Hey assistant, name's Dr. Sparktwist. Been tracking these marauders for days, and let me tell you, they know. I know they know, and they sure do not know I know. It's just ego talking from those people. Well, it is like Halo esport professional players, so yeah, it's probably a lot of ego. Man, it feels good when you get a lot of speed in this game. Oh, thanks for waiting for me, skeleton. Alright, my quest is all the way down here. I'm gonna have so much gold. I love how momentum just works in this game. It kind of makes me want to try the boing spell a little bit more. Let me just... There we go. There we go. Give me a couple of those. Now, if I could regenerate my utility, that'd be nice. Have I already traded yet? Talk to you. Chunky, plus damage, plus gravity. Grants weapon damage. Yes. They should totally do like a crossover thing. Like give you a little rock and stone emote. They might actually already have that in the game. I haven't looked. Holy shit, there are so many of you. I haven't played that game in so long. What, Deep Rock? I'll be honest, it's not like... Oh, okay, that was me. It's not really my style of horde shooter. I think for me... I don't love being in a cave with, like, the verticality. I think a lot of the time I just feel, like, super lost. I could just never really get my head wrapped around it. Get off me, Snake. The horde shooters I like are the tower defense ones and Gears of War Horde. I kind of missed out on Gears of War Horde. I think I played a little bit of, like, I think it was 3? The Horde in 3? That was always a cool mode. But yeah, I get that style of horde shooter. The, like, wave-based ones. I think my favorite take is, like, Left 4 Dead style horde shooter. And then, like, this one does a really good take on, like, the not quite extraction style, but like, I guess, what would you call, like, this and Helldivers, where, like, you choose, I guess Deep Rock kind of does this too. But, like, this randomly generated open map. I guess I don't mind this game specifically because it is a lot easier to navigate and, like, be able to tell where you're going, and there's plenty of, like, objectives to give yourself a goal towards. Let's see. Go this way. Whereas with like Deep Rock, I kind of get lost just trying to like follow the main objective. And it is very much a team-oriented game where like you kind of need everyone to be doing their job. I just like making a cool build and like blowing shit up. T-Block feels like you're in one big cylinder. It does kind of feel that way. Let's just go do the objective. Wish we could get a mecha version of these kinds of games. What, like you're playing like an Armored Core mech or something, and then you're like flying around a map and like doing like shooting hordes and stuff. Now there's an idea. If a team did this, but with big mechs. Press the green button. And nobody's done a mech horde shooter, have they? I think when most developers have an idea for like a mech game, it's mostly influenced by like the mech games that we have currently. Like most of the time it's just basically recreating like Armored Core or like Battletech again. Oh my goodness. Would you go away? Where the hell? Get this guy off me. Yeah, it's very much clearly defined by either Western mecha or like Eastern mecha. Either it's like really fast-paced, basically jet mechs that clash with like swords or like lots of guns, or it's Western mecha where it's like you're a tank basically, and it's either a tactics game or it's like essentially just 1v1. Like your mech versus another mech, or like your mech versus like fodder enemies. But what they could do is horde mode fodder enemies, and then cap it off with one-on-one elite mech fights. Oh my god, where did you come from? Okay. I need to find a game dev who is passionate about mech games and pitch this to them. And I can't invest because I don't have the money for it, but I will give them the idea. Holy shit, that skelly just exploded. I will make them their own custom NFT, non-functional token. I do an NFT drop, and it's just artwork that doesn't do anything. And you can pay for it, but like, you don't really own it or anything. You just buy it. What the hell? Why does that launch you off the ground? Look at you pretending to be competent for 5 seconds. Well, thank you, Overseer. I'm glad you're watching. The irony is Battletech can have extremely mobility focus. Can have extreme mobility focus, but people usually just want a 100-ton Atlas or King Crab. Yeah, I think that's like mostly what I think of whenever I think of like Western mecha, is just like a giant, like, armored mech that is indestructible. What I really miss is, I think it's called Mech Assault, which was like, I think an Xbox exclusive mech game. That was kind of like Rogue Squadron, but with mechs, and like, you piloted one. And just like roamed maps and like shot a bunch of little mechs. That was kind of cool. What is she running around and shooting at me? Soul Siphon Nugget. Okay. Yeah, the bad version of Mech Warrior 4. I haven't played like a mech game recently besides, what is it, Armored Core 6? I could probably get behind playing like a Mech Warrior game if they were like, you just pilot a mech and shoot other mechs. There's a friend of mine currently who's like super invested in those games and wants to actually make like a little cockpit to get inside of and like set up like a rig for like controls and everything. Yeah, I super loved Armored Core 6, but it's also like, I think the first Armored Core game that I have ever played. And I just got into it because I liked FromSoft's recent games, and like, the idea of playing a mech game was pretty intriguing. But they went all out with that game. I think the main issue people had with it is that it is too much like a Souls-style game, which I guess is a fair complaint if you're used to like the older games and how differently they play. Oh my god. I'm being sniped constantly. Frick, I can just like hold the button in this game. Give me those. People just like to stagger. Yeah, was that not a mechanic in the older games? I forget exactly how it worked, but it's like there's like a stagger limit that you had to build up in order for a mech to become vulnerable or something like that, which like it kinda made the game feel a little more tedious and also sort of funneled you into using specific weapons that had like maxed out stagger. So yeah, I can see why people didn't like that. Because it kind of like funneled you into using specific builds. Give me... Oh. Okay, give me that. Please, please. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. A Souls-style AC game to me would have been open world scavenging for parts. Yeah, I guess it's like, it's Souls-style more so in like its fighting mechanics, not necessarily like in the, in the sense of it being like a more open, like Zelda-style progression. Oh my goodness. We gotta do something about these sniper guys. Oh god, I can't even shoot you. Give me drinky. Thing is, there were actually stagger type systems. People had hidden thresholds, semi-transparent recoil mechanics, and heat to deal with. Are you talking about like in 6 or like previously in the other games that were also like similar mechanics? Previous ACs, okay. So like those systems were always around, they were just like done a little differently. Okay, you are a trouble to deal with. Oh my god. So I guess a lot of the complaints that people had were like features that were brought over from older games that like they probably wanted to see changed, or like it was evolved in a way that they didn't really like. Because I'm just trying to remember like why people hated on AC6 so badly. Win a game on very hard. Except insert evil laugh. Level 35 leverage. Guess I played the shit out of that gun. Alright, oh, it just gives it to me. Consecutive shots without missing grant stacking damage. Okay. Well, we're gonna grab that, and try to be very careful with how we shoot. Let's see, more damage for fun. What about like crazy fire rate? What if I do that for this gun? Like empty the whole magazine in like a second. And then with you, I can't increase fire rate, but I can increase accuracy a little bit. I think I want to have you on electric so that whenever I'm shooting you and then I send out Wisp, he gets electrified. I never remember any hate besides people complaining that bosses were too hard, which I didn't care about. I just owned it. I don't know, I guess like whatever corner I was looking at of the internet, people had a lot of complaints about like Stagger and the game being too much like other FromSoft games instead of like being more like a Armored Core game, which I don't know, I didn't play the other ones, so I didn't super understand. I was just like, I like my toys. Spawn up to 2 portals and teleport players and duplicate spell projectiles. One portal? Interesting. What the? I broke my brain for a second. What? How did that cause the geyser to electrify? So I geyser and then like I portal on it? Something caused an electric storm. I'm gonna wisp and then go through it. I don't know. It has cool mobilities. I don't know how useful that would be to me. Oing. Let me try boing with geyser again. I just want to be sure it doesn't, like, electrify. Okay. They literally took everything they learned and combined it. I think my biggest thing with Armored Core 6 was just I enjoyed the characters a lot, so I got super invested in like the story for that game, which I never really find myself getting invested into. What the shit? Okay. I need to like boing my wisp. I think Storm is just like the easiest way to boing. I mean, electrify the wisp. I don't know, maybe I could keep boing. I'll keep boing and play with it. Do I super need geyser? Not... Oh, I have contagion now. Corrodes all enemies in a wide zone and implies contagious. Okay, now... let's play with some bullshit. Contagion. That works on all of you. Wisp on them. Keep going, Wisp. Okay, well... whatever. The easiest summary is like people basically wanted more long-range builds. Basically, while staggered, your AC literally takes on a lot more damage from the same weapon than when not staggered. But real talk, I think a lot of these people were the same ones that just ran dual shotguns on a release patch, and some people didn't like how the parts started feeling samey, which in my opinion was half addressed in later patches. Yeah, I saw a lot of like dual shotgun going around whenever I first started playing, or like first started like, I guess, seeing how other people played the game when it came out. I also was not super, like, invested in the patches for the game because, like, I kind of just chose whatever I thought looked cool and, like, wanted to use. So I never went down, like, the double shotgun rabbit hole. But if they increase the diversity of, like, the armor and stuff like that, and, like, the weapons later on, then I think a lot of that was probably addressed. Get rid of you. I can do 2 mythic. Probably do life pact. I think that's good. Yeah, to me, playing Armored Core was just about, like, making the mech that I wanted and making it look cool, and then, like, using whatever weapons I thought were fun. And, like, basically not ever looking at what people thought the meta was for that game. Oh. What was the name of, like, the wolf dude? It's been forever since I played. But I have, like, his logo still saved. Do I keep doing more maps? What challenges do I have? Oh, you just get the cooldown Joker whenever you reach level 50. Okay. Slopmancer. Yeah, Rusty. Rusty is probably why I love the game as much as I do. And his logo is still, like, my screensaver. I guess we can pause it here for now. And do a little Zelda. Why not?